No one wants to say it out loud, but let's not play dumb. This defense, this whole idea of we'll pressure the quarterback and that'll cover everything else, it's shaky. Not impossible, just shaky. And when your entire strategy leans this hard on hope, on knees that just got stitched back together, on rookies who barely had time to unpack their cleats, things start to feel vulnerable. Everyone's looking at Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb like they're coming back to save the day. But are they? What if Phillips doesn't explode off the line like before? What if Chubb hesitates just a fraction longer? These aren't just if questions. They're cracks. Cracks that started forming the second both of them went down last year. Not because they're not good, but because we don't know how long it takes to become the guy again after your body betrays you. There's this stubborn silence about lower body injuries. Like we all nod, say he's rehabbing well, and keep it moving. But inside, every fan, every coach, every teammate is holding their breath. Because they know you don't just come back and pick up where you left off. Especially not in a league where milliseconds decide careers. It's not just physical. It's what those hits do to your mind, to your timing, to your instincts. And while we're sitting here biting our nails over Phillips and Chubb, what are we really asking? We're asking, can this duo carry a whole defensive identity on their backs? Because let's be honest, there's not a whole lot of safety net behind them. Sure, the front office did something. They didn't just sit around hoping. They went and drafted Chop Robinson, a speedster with that bend, the kind that makes offensive tackles pray the snap gets botched. He showed flashes, yeah. He showed something. But flashes don't win games. Consistency does. And Robinson's still figuring it out. Still raw. Still learning how to read NFL offenses. How to keep from being swallowed by the weight of expectations. Then there's M.O. Kamara, the guy you want to root for. The guy who played 26 snaps last year and somehow made them feel like a teaser trailer. You want more, but you have no idea what you're getting. He could be the surprise. He could also disappear into the rotation and barely make a dent. That's the gamble. And speaking of gambles, what about the interior? Kenneth Grant. Big body, surprisingly nimble. Everything you want on paper. The kind of guy who, if everything clicks, makes quarterbacks rethink that inside step. But again, that's if. Because this is still the NFL, and every rookie has a moment where the game punches them in the mouth. Let's not pretend it stops with Grant. Jordan Phillips, Zeke Biggers. Depth pieces, right? But in a season like this, depth might be all we have. And what's more terrifying than knowing your plan A needs to hit perfectly, because plan B doesn't even know how to tie its cleats yet? Christian Wilkins is gone. Calais Campbell, too. That's not just production out the door. That's presence, leadership, emotional weight. Sealer's still there, holding it down, doing the work no one talks about. But who's standing next to him now? Who's filling the gaps, plugging the leaks, making sure this whole thing doesn't fall apart the second a QB hits his third step and throws a laser to a wide-open slot? Because that's the real question, isn't it? What happens when the pressure doesn't get home? What happens when that quarterback, say Josh Allen, because he's the one who always seems to make us look stupid, gets rid of the ball in 1.8 seconds? Where are the playmakers in the secondary? Who's stepping in to break up passes, to bait throws, to force those crucial half-second delays? Right now, nobody knows. That's the uncomfortable truth, sitting under all the optimism. This secondary is thin, not just in depth, but in identity. It doesn't know what it is. And that's dangerous, because offenses figure that out fast. They smell blood. And once they do, it's not just about points, it's about demoralization. It's about momentum swings and emotional implosions. Anthony Weaver has a system. He has a vision. But visions don't tackle people. Systems don't cover receivers. Players do. And if the talent doesn't match the scheme, then all we're left with is pretty diagrams and dashed hopes. Let's not sugarcoat this. If Phillips and Chubb don't return to form, the ripple effect hits everyone. Robinson and Kamara get overwhelmed. The inside gets exposed. The linebackers start guessing. And the secondary? They'll be chasing ghosts. This is not about pessimism. It's about realism. It's about looking at what we're betting on and asking, are we betting smart or just betting big? This is a team that wants to matter. That's tired of being almost. that wants to finally shove the Bills aside and take the damn crown. But the NFL doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't wait for your injured stars to come back at full power. It punishes every second you hesitate, every missed tackle, every blown coverage, every false step.